Hi Aquarius, thanks for tuning in. This is your reading for July. Please take a moment while I'm shuffling here to check in with your higher self. Ask your higher self to check in with my higher self so that we can make a feedback loop to make sure that the messages that you get right here in this reading are tailored for you. I'd ask you also that you don't multitask at this time and that you put aside anything that you might be doing. No distractions. Grab a cup of tea, put some headphones in, and let's settle in for the next half an hour or so to see what energies are available at this time. Let's take a look. Okay, Aquarius, let's take a look. Priestess reverse at the bottom of the deck. There's a few major arcana cards here. You have Death in reverse as the crowning card. You have the Hierophant and the World card in the position of your outcome. Lover is upright in the position of recent past. And then you have Temperance here upright in the position of you at this time, how you see yourself right now. So, just give me a second here to tune in, because I'm not exactly sure where to start talking just yet. My first impression, as I was putting the cards down, is that there may be like there's things that you would prefer to put your attention on right now that are more in a kind of closer sphere to you than external events and people. That's my first impression, and that's given here by the Four of Pentacles in the position of your unconscious mind in the foundation of the reading. I'm sensing that you are kind of wanting to withdraw your energy a little bit and just like kind of protect your energy in a way, in a physical way is what I'm feeling. And with that, there are other cards here that are kind of giving me that kind of confirmation of that description is the Death card in the crowning position, Hierophant and the Knight of Pentacles here in these two outcome positions here. What I'm feeling for some of you is that, and because you have the Lovers here in the recent past in the reading, what I feel is that for some of you, you may have recently started an affair or kind of a romantic relationship with someone. You might be in a kind of casual dating experience with somebody, and what I feel here is that you kind of, because it's in the position of the past here, it's like you almost wish that you could just sort of take a break from it at the moment and just like concentrate on yourself for this moment, for this month perhaps. Like maybe you don't necessarily want to end the relationship, but there is a feeling here like you'd rather just like deal with your own issues and concerns around this time. And seeing the Hierophant and the Knight of Pentacles both here in your reading in the outcome position, both of these cards can talk about commitment in different ways. So seeing them both in reverse here is also another indicator that what I described here is kind of possible, you know, where you may not be wanting to kind of proceed forward with a relationship with somebody that may have started recently. Death in the crowning card position is also kind of giving a bit of that energy there where you kind of want to cut things off. That's what I feel. But obviously not everyone watching this reading is in a relationship, so let's see how else we can make these symbols and representations of archetypes and energies apply to you if you don't have a relationship, or if you're not in a relationship, if you don't have a lover. So let's see what else is here. You have the Eight of Wands in reverse with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and Temperance upright with the Five of Swords in reverse. Now these lower quadrants of the reading are describing you and the energy in your environment, maybe people around you, or maybe it may be describing how you feel, what your thoughts and feelings are kind of surrounding you, and the energy that gives off to other people. So how I'm reading this is like this Temperance card with the Five of Swords. What I feel this is that you want to maintain like a harmonious, balanced, calm, peaceful environment, and a kind of for yourself and for others. And seeing this Five of Swords here in reverse, it's kind of like there is this feeling that you don't want tension or arguments. You don't want to deal with any kind of disagreements or any kind of antagonism. That's what I'm feeling. And for some of you, that energy of antagonism could be coming from this person that you might have been dating, or someone that you may be seeing, or a lover, someone in your environment. If it's not a lover, let's say this could be someone you work with, or a family member, a roommate, a friend, a close friend, someone that you deal with kind of closely. So what I feel is here is that you kind of want to maintain a peaceful, quiet, balanced, harmonious environment for yourself and for others. And you may wish to distance yourself from any kind of energy that you may have been receiving lately from people in your environment who may wish to be argumentative or debate you or trigger you in some ways, or poke any kind of tender points just to get a reaction out of you, or simply just someone who's around you that's very talkative. And you may not want to listen. I feel like there's something about you that just wants to like kind of shut things out for a little while and just really kind of focus on your own needs and your own energy. And that's also kind of reflected here in this quadrant with the Eight of Wands in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like you may be wanting to, like if this is communication coming towards you, you may not be in a receptive state to receive it. That's what I feel here with these two cards. Like, people may be trying to get your attention. People may be wanting things from you. People may be trying to like text you, call you, email you, hit you up on Messenger or whatever. And you're just like, later. Don't talk to me now. I'm busy. I'm busy kind of planting my own seeds and tending my own garden and watering my plants and dreaming up my visions. And please don't disturb me now because I need a little bit of space. I need a little bit of space. Please respect my space. Please respect my space. Please don't talk to me now. Later. I'm busy. I need to just focus on me. Okay? That's what I feel from most of this spread here. Now, at the heart of the reading, Ace of Cups crossed by Six of Pentacles. I feel like I basically covered this whole reading in what I just described there. I feel like there's this energy around you where people may be trying to get your attention, and there may be, again, it might be a love interest, could be roommates, could be family members, could be co-workers, friends, whatever, family. But you are kind of just like harmonizing your own space. Like look at the images in these two cards. I feel like they kind of relate to each other. See the two cups in the Temperance card? How you're kind of like, this is describing to me how you are balancing ideas with feelings. You're balancing your time with your money. You're balancing your creativity with your practicality. Okay? And that's also what I feel here with this Six of Pentacles. It's like you're trying to balance the scales of your life. You're trying to manage your resources, your time, your money, your investments, your creativity, your thoughts, your feelings, as well as your social obligations and commitments. That's what I feel like this card is also suggesting here. Like you're trying your best at the moment to figure out how to manage all of the obligations that you have in a way that still feels authentic, that feels like you're not compromising, and you're not kind of giving up too much of what's important to you, while still like managing and maintaining your social dynamics with people to keep things in a harmonious flow, while you kind of take care of some things that you really want to give your attention and your energy to, because that's what you feel like you need to really master the world that you are designing and creating for yourself. And I like I like this Death card at the crowning card position of the reading, because this is telling me that you're making really thoughtful decisions at the moment about, again, all the things I just described: your energy, time, money, resources, creativity, practicality, etc. And this is telling me that you're giving really careful and thoughtful consideration to what it is that you need to remove from your experience, from your environment, so that you can actually allow that garden of life design that you are building to really flourish. This is telling me that you're like removing the weeds. You're removing the weeds. So that these beautiful, like the plants that you actually, the plants and the gardens that the garden that you want to grow, which is actually going to nourish and feed you, has a chance to get to its fullest bloom because you've removed the weeds and the toxic things, and you've kind of taken away anything that might get in the way of those seeds going to their full bloom. Okay, now let's see what's this quadrant here. This is the hopes and fears quadrant. We have Six of Cups in reverse with the King of Wands upright. This is telling me that you really want to activate your fire energy to really manifest the goals that you're setting now. And in doing so, I feel this Six of Cup energy in reverse is connected to the Lover's card. It's connected to those things I described earlier about, people who may be seeking to distract you, or people who maybe talk too much, or people who want to interrupt you, people who want to maybe antagonize you, people who want to debate you. Like frivolous conversation or interruptive energy that is designed to be a distraction from your goals and aspirations. With that also comes a sort of, I feel what some of this is a kind of a type of, just give me a second. I have the energy, I'm just looking for the right words. It's got something to do with how your history, it's like you don't necessarily want your history to define your future, right? So it's about how and it's part of this process here of kind of really like withdrawing your energy away from all the distractions, is a kind of process of meditation. It's this as well. It's as much as weeding the garden from any people or situations that might be time wasting or that might interfere with this garden coming to fruition. The way that you're planting your seeds of thoughts, ideas, creativity to create, a wealth of prosperity for your future. It's almost like you are also weeding out memories and thoughts from the past that may have affected the way you were operating in life in times gone by. You may also be using this time to evaluate and understand some of the historical factors that affected your decision-making process in the past. And you may be looking to also weed those things out, extract them so that they don't keep having an influence on you and the way that you move forward into the future. I hope this is making sense. I like this reading. I didn't expect it. Now in this outcome position, Hierophant reversed with the World. I like this dynamic. As I said, the Hierophant and the Knight of Pentacles before felt a little bit to me like they were connected to this energy with like a lover. Maybe you didn't really want to commit, but how I'm seeing this now is in a little different interpretation as your outcome in the reading, is that you are seeking to overcome, and it's also connected to that description I just gave there about how you may be reevaluating your history and your memories so that the way that you were motivated in the past to create a future is not really affecting you now, and you're able to overcome any kind of limitations or any kind of historical influences like family or friends, or like when you were younger, the kind of impressions that were passed on to you from the places where you were taught and like learn things, whether it's from school or from church or from family. That's what I'm seeing here with the Hierophant and the World, is that you're overcoming any kind of limiting structures and beliefs that you were taught when you were younger about how life is and what's possible for you. You're eliminating all those like things that keep you trapped in any kind of minimal or limited ways of thinking and being in the world, so that you can actually create a much grander vision of a future that you can actually create without the impossibilities that other people have suggested. What's standing out to me now about this Hierophant card is the keys. I feel that's an important symbol here in this card for you, in this reading. That you hold the keys, like you are the just give me a second. It's through your own experimentation and your willingness to identify and discover parts of you that have been hidden until now, that's the way forward here, that you are the way through your own discovery process by actually unlocking what's already hidden within you. It's not something outside of you that you have to find, that you have to get to be able to achieve what you want. It's unlocking what's within you already. And it's also removing what has been kind of put on you by other people, that have been ideas and thoughts that have helped you kind of survive through life until now. But the next step of your journey is about unlocking what's within you to free you, give you more freedom and a greater sense of the unlimited possibilities that are available to you if you activate and strive to channel your energy in the way that you know you can here, with all this energy of like overcoming limitation and, you know, disregarding other people's needs and wants, and overcoming a sense of like what your obligations are, to be able to channel your fire energy of manifestation into things that are meaningful to you, so that you can discover your potential. Let's have a look at the bottom of the deck. Priestess reversed, 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords reversed, and 7 of Wands in reverse. What is this? There's also a Page of Swords here, Queen of Pentacles, Strength. I want to keep these cards because I feel like they belong to this reading. But these 4 cards here, Priestess, 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords reversed, 7 of Wands reversed. This is an interesting little story here. What I feel is here is that there is a little bit of a story here about perhaps, and that this Priestess and 7 of Swords in this reading here, these 2 cards, and I'll explain in a minute, this may explain why you want to withdraw a little bit from people and just kind of focus on your own needs. I suspect what's here is that there may have been an incident, whether this is current or something from the past that you've just become aware of. There could be some kind of energy around you where you may be discovering that someone has betrayed you or stolen from you or has been dishonest to you about something, and maybe you feel like you've been used by someone, or that someone may be, you know, manipulating you to access the resources that you have access to. And that, I mean, like I said, that could be something from the long distance past that you may just be kind of slowly waking up to an awareness of. Or this could be something current that's happening that you have just started to realize as well, is that there may be someone around you, and it could even be this, it could be the lover that's around currently, it could be something else completely. It could be this energy as well. Never mind. The point is that you may be aware that there's been some misuse of your energy, like someone's been tapping your resources in order to get something they want for themselves, like to kind of gain a footing above you by using you. Someone's been using you. Someone's been using you. As I said, whether that's current or whether that's from the recent past. But I feel that your energy here is becoming aware of that. And these 2 cards are showing that even though these are reversals, these are actually giving a very positive take on what I've just described there, where I feel like these 2 cards are showing that you're aware of this energy, you're aware of it, and you're not you're not letting this energy of becoming aware of someone's sneakiness or dishonesty to how do I say that? You're just becoming aware. It's simply that. You're just becoming aware. You're becoming aware about that in energy in your environment, and rather than make a big scene or make a big deal or make a big issue out of it, you're just aware of it and you're withdrawing your energy. And that's good. That's a good action. That's right action. That's a really good way to deal with this situation. I think you probably just want to withdraw for now so that you can really see with a very careful eye if what you suspect is true or not before you take any action. And I think that's a good thing. I think you want to take a little bit of time to really understand the true course of a person's behavior, if they're actually being mischievous and dishonest and stealing and lying from you or not. And so, yeah, good. Take your time to really witness someone's behavior and observe what's really going on before you say anything or do anything. But in the meantime, protect your energy, protect your resources, make sure that you have all the safety things in place so that someone doesn't have the opportunity to steal from you if you're not looking. You understand what I'm saying? Take the precautions. Take precautions. But just step back and witness first before you decide to take action, or before you decide to, you know, seek out justice or such and such, right? Just really pull back first and check everything, witness, observe, and just take note before you decide to take any action. I think that's good action to take. Just like watch and listen. And just become really aware. Become really aware. Don't be naive. Don't be naive. Okay. I'm going to check over here, but I feel that's it for the general reading. There's 2 8s and 2 7s in the reading. 3 7s, excuse me. There's 3 7s there. There's 2 8s. 2 5s, 2 6s. Oh, I didn't really talk about these 3 cards, but what I feel is here. I pulled them because I felt like they belonged to the extension. What I feel this is here is that, as I said, you may have been discovering or like slowly waking up to a possibility of someone betraying you or stealing from you or lying to you or whatever. And what I feel these 3 cards here are saying is that I feel like this is you, this Queen of Pentacles in the middle of it. Never mind about the gender. This is just about you being kind of composed and quiet and calm and just like observant, kind of picking up on all the information around. And strength here is showing that you are, again, like restraining or reserving your desire to react to a situation, and you're just waiting for the right time. You're waiting for someone to really reveal themselves before you take any action or before you respond, before you speak. You're just waiting to see if that person really is who you suspect them to be from what you have been picking up on with your senses. And I feel like this Page of Swords is just a final, like, this is a kind of message to say that there is some information that you don't have yet that you need to wait for before you make your final decisions and judgments about a situation. So just be patient and wait, because there is some communication or something still not revealed yet. Like there's still something that you need to wait for, and I think you know that. That's what these cards are telling me, is that you already know that you need to just be patient and wait and reserve your desire to react or take action or to retaliate, and just be patient and quiet and calm and just sit and let someone else fuck up, basically. Whoever this is, whatever's going on here, you just need to be patient and wait for them to fuck up, because then there will be no ability for them to deny or refuse your comments or reaction or what's the word? Accusation. Okay? So just wait for someone to step out of place, and then there'll be no ability for them to try to cover up or hide, because it'll be so obvious. It'll be really obvious that they are doing exactly what you suspected. Okay, there's another 6 now in the reading. So there's 3 6s, 3 7s, 2 8s. The strength is also an 8, so there's now 3 8s. All right, Aquarius, I feel that's it for the general reading. I'm just going to check over here. Even though I brought sort of some energy here about like some person or some behavior around you that is potentially something to be suspicious of, I don't feel that this is like a reading. This reading is not designed to make you worry or nervous or anxious or any of that. It's just about bringing your awareness to what could be happening around you. So just pay close attention. And just be patient, like I said. Be patient, witness, observe, but at the same time, withdraw your energy from places where you may be leaving spaces for someone to take advantage of you. Take precaution. Use security. Like change your passwords if you need to. It's that kind of a thing, right? Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Okay. So I'm going to take the Voyager deck now and give your higher octave reading. Just checking over. I'm going to put the cards back. So when we put the other reading down, we can lay it over the top. This one. Okay. Okay, so the higher octave is designed to give a little more insight into what forces are at play, how we can understand the karmic and spiritual aspects of what we're experiencing, what lessons are there, how we can make the most of the opportunities available to us. And so while I'm shuffling here, please, again, settle in, relax, take notice of your breath, and send your energy over into the deck so I can get really clear messages that are tailored for you. So the first card down is called Universe in this deck. It's the World card, which we had in the final position of the previous reading. So I would say that's quite significant here. Let's see what the other cards are. Man of Worlds is the crossing card. Sage of Cups. 5 of Crystals reversed, same as this card here, in the same orientation as well, both reversed. 4 of Worlds. 5 of Cups, 3 of Wands, 8 of Cups reversed, 3 of Worlds reversed, Sage of Wands reversed. So now we have 2 sages in the reading, plus a man, which is the king. Ace of Worlds upright, 3 of Cups in reverse, the Strength in reverse, and 6 of Crystals. Okay, let's take a look. What I feel is here is that there is this energy again in this reading with seeing this, the universe come down with the Man of Worlds crossing this main energy of the reading. The Man of Worlds in this deck is called Achiever. So it's kind of a similar feeling that I had there with the outcome cards. It's like your aspirations at the moment, or your drive, your motivations is towards how you can achieve goals, or setting goals, like refining your vision for kind of what you wish to achieve, how you want to move forward in life, and how you are channeling your energy into which areas that are more interesting to you, and how you're prioritizing your time and your resources, as we discussed earlier. And what that means as far as what you need to eliminate in order to really hone and refine and focus your energy specifically into the areas that you wish to see growth happen. So, as I said earlier in the previous reading, what comes with that is a kind of weeding out process where you're eliminating things that are distractions or unimportant, not a priority. That includes people as well as activities and events. And it's about the way you use your time here, really. But also importantly, I think that because there's so many crystals cards in this reading here, especially down the bottom here, I feel that this is a really important time where you're really understanding that the things that you also need to weed out are your thoughts and ideas. And we kind of touched on that as well in the previous reading when I was talking about how influences from your early childhood or influences from the past, people who may have taught you things that you have embodied as truth, you may be realizing now that those ideas are somebody else's, and that kind of dogma or that kind of limitation might have been helpful to you to get you to this point, but from here on out you need to extract those ideas that other people have kind of invested into you, and you need to create your own thought forms and ideas, concepts that are your reality to create and your, seeds and dreams that you wish to manifest. Right, so we have the Ace of Wands in the outcome position with the Sage of Wands here. So this is telling me that again, you know, basically what I just described, like the seeds that you're planting now are the sum total of your ability to invoke and visualize and dream up a future that is bigger than you may have at one time in your life believed possible. What else is here? Three of Wands with the Six of Crystals, and here is Eight of Cups with Strength, both reversed here. Five of Crystals reversed. I feel that this is again speaking about, releasing old ideas, overcoming confusion and a lack of certainty or a lack of courage even, I feel, with the Strength, and also overcoming any stagnation or emotional impurity that you have yet to process, that needs to be worked on and worked through in order to be able to clarify the path forward. So overcoming confusion, overcoming stagnation, overcoming fears and resignations and also indignation, overcoming a lack of vision or a lack of wisdom, in order to expand the possibilities of your future that you're calling in. So now here you have 2 3s in this quadrant, and there's a 3 in this quadrant here. So 3 3s. That's telling me that there is part of you at the moment that is understanding and learning how important it is to create fertility. That's what the 3 3s are. And with the Eight of Cups here in reverse called stagnation, I feel that's connected there. Like, you need to overcome stagnation. If you kind of imagine like compost, right? Like if you take waste materials that are living, like food scraps and things like that, if it becomes stagnant, it kind of becomes rotten and foul, right? But if you turn that stagnation into, if you tend to that stagnation, that foul thing can become something very fertile that you can plant seeds into and create new life out of. So work on turning the soil, work on, addressing any areas where you are stagnant, where you have felt like there may be any areas where you're feeling a little bit stuck or things are not moving, places where maybe your resources have felt a little bit deficient or lacking that you may not be able to cultivate. And put energy into those areas, because that's where you need to work to kind of turn over a situation that's been sitting still for too long. I'm hearing nurturing. So yeah, creating a fertile environment in the landscape of your own mind, in areas where you have been stagnant and stuck for too long, and you have lost maybe the ability to see your situation as one which has potential. Like you may have been feeling a little bit like maybe even hopeless in some areas, and feeling a little bit like lackluster in your ability to get excited, because you may have been spending a little bit too much time in a sense of like mourning over what didn't work out or mourning over losses. That's what the 2 5s here are suggesting. You know, maybe you've spent too much time ruminating over things that didn't work out, or calculating things that you lost, or even calculating, like continuing to carry forward in life excuse me, calculations about that time someone stole from you 15 years ago, and you're still counting that in your everyday life as a loss. Like, that is keeping you in a space of lack. That is keeping you in a place of victimization, self-victimization. Those are the type of things that need to be, you know, eliminated and weeded out and resolved and let go of, so that you can actually create a space where there is opportunity to be planted and having a chance to grow. Bottom of the deck, Sage of Crystals. So now we have 3 sages. There's also the Woman of Crystals, the Tower, and the Moon. Interesting. What does it mean? These cards look interesting together. Let's take a look. So look at all that blue and then the red. And look at how the images, like in these 3 cards, there's kind of a little bit of a repeating, oh, not that one, bit of a repeating theme with, you know, the colors and the symbolism in each of these cards. There's definitely some crossover here. What I feel here is that there is an energy here, like you're being guided by your higher self to, I'm hearing evaluate. And I feel like the energy that the moon is bringing, like this Woman of Crystals here in the middle is saying to me, use discernment. Use discernment. And let's give a definition of that so you know exactly what it means. Discernment, the ability to judge well, the ability to obtain sharp perceptions or to judge well. In case of judgment, discernment can be physiological or moral in nature. Within judgment, discernment involves going past the mere perceptions of something and making nuanced judgments about its properties or qualities. Considered as a virtue, a discerning individual is considered to possess wisdom and to be of good judgment, especially with regard to subject matter often looked by others. Perfect. So that's the energy that I'm seeing that you need to bring to the circumstances that you're in. And the moon is saying here, use discernment to uncover with clarity what is being revealed to you. So again, it's kind of similar to this Priestess card, and I feel like she's connected to these 3 here with the blues and the moon, and like this. The symbolism here, I feel, is about a cool, clear perception of reality that is unemotional. Okay? It's unemotional. It's very real. It's very clean cut. It's just exactly what's there. There's no emotions clouding the reality of a situation. It's using very refined perception to understand the truth of the situation that you're dealing with. And it's a kind of wisdom that you need to bring to the situation. Now, Tower here, I feel like Tower is a little bit of an instruction from your higher self to use this energy that I just described about discernment to allow a type of structural shift in you to occur. Because the Tower can represent that there is things in your ego that you're holding on to. There's some attachments or identifications with certain things that is preventing you from moving forward in a way. And if you've been stubborn about holding on to those attachments, about holding on to those identifications, then this is a situation here where if your inability to use discernment and allow for changes to happen in a really organic way with a type of cooperative energy from you, then you could find that if you're not participating in your transformation in a way that is graceful and elegant, you could come across circumstances where there could be some kind of radical event happen that will help shake you out of your, stubbornness and your fixedness in a situation in order to help you see what needs to be released and let go of. So use discernment to see if there are things that you have as yet been unwilling to dissolve and break down, and work on those things before it gets to the point where there needs to be some kind of radical shift coming from outside of you or seemingly outside of you in order to help you get that thing that you're not yet seeing. I hope that's clear. I feel that's it for your reading. I'm just going to check over here. Notice how in the second reading there was nothing there about that story where I kind of talked about betrayal or theft or whatever. It's because that whether or not there is something external, like the real issues are actually your mind, your mindset, the things that you believe, the ideas that you've been holding on to, any kind of emotional stagnancy. These are the issues that you need to deal with. And using discernment on your situation to actually be really honest and witness your own reality from a perspective of wisdom, of clarity, using perception to see what's been in the unconscious mind that is being revealed to you through your outer circumstances that are showing you the way towards what things you need to address in your psyche as a result of your current circumstances. Okay? I feel that's it for your reading, Aquarius. Thank you so much for watching. It's an honor and a pleasure to read for you. I hope there's some things in there you can work with. Thank you for your subscription. Please like and share if you found this reading helpful. Comment below if you have any feedback. I'd love to hear from you. And there's also a playlist on your screen now for the other readings for July, and there's also a playlist of all the previous Aquarius readings. So if you're new here, you might want to go back and check some of those out. Or if you've come to this channel and you watch every month, you maybe want a reminder of what we talked about in last month's reading, then go back and watch some of the other readings for your sun sign. You can also check out your moon and ascendant signs, or if you're cross-watching for someone that you care about or a family member or a loved one, then find their playlist for their sign as well on the channel. If you're interested to know more about me, there's information in the description box. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next month's reading.